Prison of Elders. Prepare for combat.
Hello YouTube, Forged Phil here, back with another Destiny lore video. This week on the Prison of Elders. At the start of the Forsaken campaign, we arrive at this prison in the Reef, which seems to be having a sort of a containment problem. For those of you who haven't played Destiny House of Wolves, some of that mission may have sort of been confusing, and you may have asked yourself questions like, what the heck is this place? Why are there all these enemies here? Why does the Reef need a prison? I mean, all we do as guardians are, is just kill. Like, why would the Woken want to keep any of these people around? Or any of these creatures around, Well, today I'm here to help answer those questions and shed some light on the nature of the Prison of Elders for you. So let's get right to it. In the Destiny House of Wolves expansion, we meet a friendly fallen named Variks, the Loyal, of the Fallen House of Judgment. To the Fallen, the House of Judgment serves as an intermediary between the different Fallen houses, installing scribes within each house to document their conflicts and secrets, and then acting as an objective judicial system to negotiate and remedy conflicts that may arise between them, generally through trial by combat. Variks was previously the scribe to the Kel Skolas of the House of Wolves, but during the Reef Wars, a conflict between the Fallen Houses and the Awoken prior to the events of Destiny, Variks watched as the Skolas aggressively used these terrorist tactics to torment the Awoken, and unable to stand for any more of it, the scribe betrayed the Kel to the Queen Mara Sov. Variks had seen what Skolas had become, a monster, and would rather see the House of Wolves in the hands of a leader with more peaceful motives. With Variks' help, Sov apprehends Skolas and sends him to the Nine as a peace offering, establishing herself as a new Wolf Kel. Side note, this is why we see the Fallen associated with the Queen when we first meet her. They see her as their leader and serve as part of her royal guard. Variks is now loyal to the Queen as well, and she gives him the keys to her Prison of Elders and names him Warden. So about this prison. The Prison of Elders Grimoire card says that the Awoken have captured many dangerous Hive, Fallen, Cabal, and Vex from everywhere in the inner solar system as trophies, and to contain these creatures, they built a massive facility to keep them in cryogenic stasis. Curious of the nature of light and the powers Guardians wield, Mara Sov instructs Variks to invite the Guardians into a combat arena and pit their fire team against some of the toughest bosses the Reef has to offer. Variks wants us to impress him, putting these teams through conditions such as mine dismantling or killing VIP targets before they reach certain checkpoints, all to see how we work under pressure and to study us, as we may someday be of great use to the Awoken as a powerful ally. In return, we are rewarded with the treasures and weapons from the Awoken armory. And what Guardian could pass that up? I mean, come on. In the lore collection book, Most Loyal, we learn that after the Taken War, Cade is commissioned by Petra to hunt down and capture the Scorn Barons, who have banded together to become strong and prey on anyone and anything that practiced the old fallen ways. They established themselves as leaders of a new house, and they needed to be taken down as soon as possible. Cade and his posse of guardians successfully capture them all, except for one called Fikril, also known as the Fanatic, who was presumed dead by Cade but later discovered alive by Variks. After Uldren Sov's disappearance, Variks is named Master of the Crows, the Awoken spy network that provides the Reef with intelligence from all over the system. He discovers the location of the Fanatic and Prince Uldren. Cade goes after them and successfully retrieves them for Variks, bringing them both back to the Prison of Elders for custody and maximum security. Chaos then ensues at the beginning of the Forsaken campaign, We arrive at the prison to see a failing security system and loose prisoners fighting each other. We work our way through, clearing cell block by cell block, catching a glimpse of what it's like in the containment area.
Looking pretty good down here. Just gotta check one last thing. No! Cade, he's gone! This isn't a prison riot. It's a prison break!
We are too late as we catch a glimpse of Aldrin on his way out with the Barons, and we proceed to tend to a dying Cade 6, setting us off on our adventure for year 2. A couple quick things before I wrap up this video. There's a really cool strike in this expansion called the Warden of Nothing that has us revisit the Prison of Elders once more. The Drifter has been hired by the Spider to eliminate the Warden Hive Servitor, which has gone rampant in Variks' departure. Variks has left this Warden AI to oversee everything, but now it's running a protocol, causing everything to go haywire. Throughout the strike, you see more of the inner workings of the prison, such as the internal transport system, old bosses, and even a couple references to the arena from the first game, which I found really cool. It's another great example of how Bungie likes to reference their old content in their new games. Props to them for another great trip down memory lane. And with that, I'm going to call it for today's video. If you have any further questions about this topic, I'm open to discussion down below in the comment section. I will be leaving a couple reference links to the Ishtar Collective in the description of the Grimoire and the lore collection books I mentioned throughout this video. IshtarCollective.net is a great third-party resource to use if you're curious at all about the stories behind the different aspects of the Destiny universe. You can go in there and spend hours just reading up on so much spanning across both games. If you're like me and you're a lore junkie but you haven't been able to collect all the book pages in the game just yet, they have all the lore books there completed and available ready to read online, providing insight into what's going on outside the Forsaken campaign and the Dreaming City, to characters that, we haven't seen in a while. They're there too, which I think is really neat. But anyways, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all soon.
I was a judgment scribe long ago. I had much respect. I do not think I will see you